The perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Play action. Now it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He's got it to the 43 here. The Panthers at 4-8 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Off the play fake. Whitman. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 2nd down, here's Carr. For Marshall, that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Carr now to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
1st and goal from the 6. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked picked off by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
In on the tackle there, Brandon Smith.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job standing their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And boy, he is very close. Down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. Now this throw caught left side. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run with Sanders. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
If you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it. Don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. they go with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
694.
Back to throw.
That caught by Tremble.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
In motion, the tight end.
93. 93.
Now Carr. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down, Whitman. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A give running left. It's Sanders. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Brandon Smith with a nice rush to get him down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
It's 3rd and 11. Hey, 7:34. Express. Express. Later 2.
Now Carr. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Elsewhere, a third quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go play action here on first down. And the Texans have scored to add on to their lead. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up the 3rd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start getting some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off play action. Whitman going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Whitman forced out to his left. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Their own 18-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down. Carr going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up on a former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Whitman. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Kill. 93.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Express 734.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown.
Tommy Tremble.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Point after up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run with Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Now moving to just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play.
This is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here. There's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Off the play fake. Whitman. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return,
and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a
touchdown, Carolina!
Christian McCaffrey,
75 yards.
And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
No problem there on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Another run here with Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. Looks to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Eagles, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Carolina, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big fish came to join us. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records, yeah. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your